Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Veronica Brandon Miller.
And I'm Kelly Davis Strasbaugh.
And this is Goodwill, Minnesota's Good News,
where we get to share with you some of the good that's happening in our community.
And there's a lot of good. And in fact, I want to start by letting everyone know about Goodwill and our job connections. We have job connections in Hardin, DeSoto, Manatee, and Sarasota counties. And what that means is anybody who's looking for a job can come in and we help you write a resume, do mock interviewing, and also be that point person to help you find a job. If you've never used a computer, we can help you. It's a great service, and I implore everybody to go on to Experience Goodwill and learn more about our job connections.
Our mission statement is changing lives through the power of work. And Veronica touched on that. We're really big on employment in the community. So I tell people, even if you have a high school education or you have a PhD, if you're looking for a job, that's the place to go. I mean, it's a free service. It's free, so it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And they're just so smart, and the case managers there, they just work with you, everything you need, and it's a great service. And when you donate, if you're donating a pair of jeans, that's helping us create a job, whether it's someone at Goodwill, one of our 850 team members around those 4 counties, or if it's someone out in your community. And last year we placed 680 people in jobs, which is crazy.
Well, that's fabulous. And a lot of those individuals are returning veterans. So, think of it this way. You were a gunner in the Army and you came back. Are you going to put gunner, you're looking for a gunner job? No, we're going to help you find a civilian job. And again, we work one-on-one with you. So again, our job connections are everywhere. ExperienceGoodwill.org.
It's a great service. We love it. So, today we have some fabulous guests, because also I want to point out real quick, for our job connection, we talked about veterans. We also have our Veteran Services Program, and they do the same thing. They help veterans find employment, but they also help with any kind of issues they may have. If you need a referral for medical help, if you need help with someone at the VA, we can help you with that. And that kind of leads into one of our guests today. There's a little teaser for you. So.
You love your teasers?
I do love them.
Okay, so today's show, we have, again, some beautiful ladies. So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be talking to Judy Bell, Executive Director of the Neuro Challenge, Inc. for Parkinson's. And also Harriet Roberts, Director of Karma Yoga Outreach at Garden of the Heart Yoga Center. Woo! I got that out.
You did.
Did that take 5 minutes? I'm so sorry.
She doesn't do it every day, and I love that you guys are going to be on the show, so thank you. It's going to be an awesome show for everybody that's watching. And thank you for all you're doing in the community as well. I know we were really excited when we booked you guys for the show to tell what you're doing in the community. 2 great organizations, and I'm so excited everyone's going to get a chance to hear if you haven't already.
And first, I want to congratulate Neuro Challenge Foundation, because they are the recipients and winner of the annual competition for the prestigious Frank G. Berlin Senior Small Business Award in the Healthcare and Wellness Organization of the Year category from the Chamber of Commerce.
Woo! Like a woo!
Woo! Did you see that? I got to take a breath. I'm sorry.
Man, you got all the hard lines today.
We were, yes. That was an honor. Yes, it was.
And there's so many organizations in this community, so to win that is big, and it very much deserving, because now you get to tell even more people about what is Neuro Challenge Foundation.
Thank you. Well, we were honored to be awarded the Healthcare and Wellness Organization of the Year, and one of the things that we learned through that process and through just going about our daily business is how many people in this community have Parkinson's. And if your listeners in the audience don't know somebody with Parkinson's right now, after they've heard this program, it will come into their radar screen and they will probably meet somebody with Parkinson's. It's a very prevalent disease in our community. Parkinson's is a disease of aging, and because of the demographics that we have in our community, we're going to see a higher percentage of people who are affected by Parkinson's. And actually, after Alzheimer's, Parkinson's is the 2nd most common neurological disorder.
Really?
Yes, it's right behind Alzheimer's.
That
1.5% of the population generally is expected to have Parkinson's or to be diagnosed with Parkinson's. They may be undiagnosed now. in our community, it gets closer to 2%.
Wow.
So when you're thinking, we've got in, say, Manatee and Sarasota County, about 700,000, we're looking at probably 7,000 people or so that either have currently Parkinson's, and it may be undiagnosed or being treated, but of course there's no database, you know, people don't register.
Right.
We've got Parkinson's, so we don't really know. Parkinson's is a debilitating disease. It is a progressive disease. You won't get better. And so it has a lot of financial challenges that go along with it. The medical costs, you know, associated with Parkinson's are significant. It's about $2,500 a year in medications alone that a Parkinson's patient has to absorb, and then a lot of costs in all the ancillary medical services that they may need as they age. So it's really important that somebody, if you know someone with Parkinson's or you have Parkinson's, that you get to a good neurologist, you know, who understands and who can diagnose. So what is Parkinson's and how does it get diagnosed? It's very difficult to diagnose, and that's why we say get to a neurologist who sees Parkinson's patients. There are really four indicators of Parkinson's disease. One is what we call a resting tremor. You know, you think of this, but it's when the hand is at rest.
And it does that.
And it does that. It's called a resting tremor. Now, Katharine Hepburn had the tremor all the way up, you know, so it was one of these. That's essential tremor. That is not Parkinson's.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, I didn't even realize. But
With Parkinson's, you're like this, and you grab the cup, and you're good to go. So that's one indicator. Another is what they call bradykinesia. So it's slowness of movement. Takes longer to button. The muscles just don't respond. So everything kind of slows down. And it's not that the individual wants it that way. Their muscles just are not getting the message. It's just everything becomes slower. You'll often see the stooped posture, you know. So there's an instability that goes along with Parkinson's, and to compensate that, people will have a stooped posture. So there's an instability of balance. Let's all stand up. Let's all stand up straight. And then rigidity, you know, so muscles get rigid, and it's just harder to go about your day. So those are the four sort of common things. And if people have those, they really do need to get to a neurologist and have it diagnosed. There are some tests that are done. Frequently, what neurologists do is put someone on Sinemet or another Parkinson's medication. If the symptoms improve, you probably have Parkinson's. If they don't, you probably don't have Parkinson's. It's that difficult, you know, to actually diagnose. There's a lot of trial and error, and that's why getting to a good neurologist is important.
And I think it's interesting because I mean, you kind of associate the first two symptoms that you talked about with Parkinson's. I didn't realize that there were the other two symptoms that could be indicators. That's
Right.
it's scary. I mean,
Yes, yes, right.
And this is where the foundation comes in, the NeuroChallenge
Right.
Foundation comes in.
NeuroChallenge, so if we often hear on the phone, you know, I don't know what to do. I heard I've got Parkinson's. And it's that you've got Parkinson's, that phrase that sets people into a real spin.
Sure.
One of the things people, because we're a well-educated community and we've got so much internet access, people will Google Parkinson's. We kind of try to discourage that. Just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's right.
Abraham Lincoln said that.
Abraham Lincoln was probably right on when he said that. So one of the first things we say is stop Googling. Let's talk about what you need now, because you don't want to walk all the way down that road, all the way down to, you know, you have yourself in a wheelchair, and, you know, it's really not healthy thinking, because we don't know that that's what your path is going to be. But what is it you need now? So Neuro Challenge has care advisors. They were all supervised by our medical director, Dr. Dean Sutherland, who does specialize in Parkinson's. And we talk to the individual about what are the symptoms they're having, what are the psychological factors that are affecting them right now, what's the family structure right now, what's their past as far as any exercise or health-related activities go, so we can get a kind of a sense of what they need. And then we write a plan for them, and we're there to hold their hand along the way.
It's got to be such a huge relief to people.
It
like
really
you said, they
is.
don't know where to turn. How do they normally find out about you? Is it like the doctor refers them over?
Neurologists refer us, friends, neighbors will refer people. We put out an annual guide. This appears in Sarasota Magazine every year. So there's a lot of advertising that goes on, and it is a community with a lot of word of mouth. One of the things that we always emphasize is exercise.
Yes.
I mean, we say this: exercise is the best medicine. Take your medication and exercise. So we do encourage, and we have trained a lot of other partners in the community on exercise programs. So there's spinning, called Pedaling for Parkinson's. We work with Harriet to do yoga. And then we have a dance program called PD in Motion. So that all those exercise programs are really important.
Because there isn't a cure, but exercise can prolong.
Yes, it can slow the symptoms. It can also help you have a better quality of life that you have at this moment. So you can enjoy your life to its fullest extent, which is good for everybody, right?
Quality of life is so
Don't we all
important.
Don't we all want that?
Well, and I love, just restate your mission for us, because I love how easily, or how nice it comes kind of packaged.
Helping overcome Parkinson's every day. Hope.
It's so nice.
It is.
And then, so I mean, where can people go? Because I know you said you advertise and you have the neurologists. Wow, it's a hard word. Neurologists. I'm having the Veronica syndrome today. Just kidding. The neurologists who refer people to your organization.
Correct.
How else can people find out about the foundation?
Well, they can go onto our website,
Right. Which is
www.neurochallenge.org. Try saying that 3 times. Neuro, N-E-U-R-O, challenge.org.
we're gonna need more coffee after this.
That's right. Or they can Google Neuro Challenge.
Yes.
Or
Or
we
call.
will come up. They can call 926-6413 in area code 941. 926-6413.
It's fantastic. Well,
And this is a perfect segue because, like you were talking about exercise,
Absolutely.
you know, our next wonderful guest.
we have Harriet Roberts. She is the director of Karma Yoga Outreach at Garden of the Heart Yoga Center. And I've tagged it so many times on Facebook because we work with you for so many different programs. So I've gotten the Garden of the Heart Yoga Center down because I have to remember it each time. So you should be proud. I'm really excited. It's so great. But we worked with you guys on a veterans yoga program. We've worked with you. You go out to Ave Maria Preparatory School, Mayaca.
You're taking everything
You do.
she's going to talk about.
Sorry.
I'll
It's a teaser, everybody. It's a teaser.
right.
Don't
I'll
listen.
elaborate.
Don't listen when I
Yes,
talk.
yes.
But we just love this. We love everything that you do. So why don't
you.
you tell us about it?
Okay.
You're the expert.
Karma Yoga Outreach is a special yoga program. And in fact, it's a unique program in our community. There is no other group of yoga professionals who are doing what we're doing. And what we're doing is we're bringing therapeutic yoga into the community to targeted populations that are suffering from particular trauma, disability, or disorders, and who would not otherwise be exposed to yoga, would not probably ever dream of coming to a yoga studio, who maybe cannot afford yoga, and for whom, ironically enough, yoga would benefit the most. And we have 3 programs. One of them is a program of yoga for Parkinson's, in which we have partnered with Neuro Challenge Foundation and Goodwill to bring a weekly yoga program of therapeutic yoga that is specifically designed for Parkinson's patients, particularly in the first 3 stages of the disease. Each of the symptoms that Judy was talking about, the tremors, the lack of balance, the stiffness, and the loss of motor control, each of those are directly addressed by the yoga that we teach. But in addition to the fact that these physical manifestations of the disease can be improved, it's hard to believe, but they can be improved with yoga and have been with our group. The psychological and psychosocial benefits are enormous. It's perfectly understandable that if you have a degenerative nerve disease where you feel like you're losing control of your body, that you get depressed, that there's enormous anxiety. And in addition, there's tremendous fear. Not only fear of losing control of your body, but fear specifically of falling, of losing balance. These things are alleviated by yoga unlike any other kind of exercise, because yoga is much, much more than physical exercise, although it is that. It's also a method of mindfulness in which we have found Parkinson's patients be able to become more conscious of what's happening in their bodies, which means that the disease is not easier to cope with, but more available to cope with. It takes them away from this victimization psyche to, I have this body, I have this condition, and I can notice the progression of the disease. I can cope with the progression of the disease. And of course, this is done with the guidance of expert yoga instructors who are highly credentialed. This is not the yoga you get at the gym. These are people who have medical backgrounds and also have special therapeutic yoga credentials. Our yoga program for Parkinson's is now in Northport. And we're hoping, and we've already talked, Judy and I, about bringing it to Manatee in the fall.
Excellent.
So that's one of our programs. We have 2 more. The next one I'm going to talk about is children with special needs. As Kelly mentioned, we teach yoga to children who have autism, Asperger's, sensory integration problems. I'll talk a little bit about what that means, and other mental developmental disabilities, as well as physical disabilities. These children are taught, the children that we teach are taught in a special school, an extraordinary school, Ave Maria Prep, which is in Mayaca City. And Sister Cottrell, Sister Gilchrist, began Ave Maria specifically to address the educational needs of these children. And she has the only school that teaches grades 2 through the end of high school. And so the children that we teach yoga to are from age 6 to age 22. The program is so successful, and the school is so pleased with the progress that we have made with the children, and I will talk about that, that Sister made yoga first period of school every school day.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but I went out there.
You did.
And I got to see these kids doing yoga, and they were doing poses that I, in my wildest dreams, could probably not do, but I can't
With
do much. But they are
beaming
just-
faces.
And to watch, to see how they can concentrate, I mean, it's amazing.
When you are- concentration.
Yes.
The
They leave and they're
concentration.
calm, and it helps them focus throughout the day. Oh.
Absolutely. And these are children who are subject to certain disorders that interfere with their processing of sensory information. That's what sensory integration problems mean. So for a normal situation where there's a loud noise outside, let's say a leaf blower, you know, that would startle anybody. But for a particularly sensitive child on the spectrum, depending on where they are on that spectrum, that noise could send them to vomiting, to hiding under a desk. So what happens is the reaction to all kinds of sensory issues, whether they're verbal or light or touching, some of them cannot be touched, is different. And so the yoga teachers who work with these children, some of whom, because of their situations, don't handle change well, and can be subject to tantrums and meltdowns and so on. The yoga teachers who work with these children are extraordinary. They're also trained in a specific yoga. Our studio has sponsored Every Kid's Yoga, Yoga for Children with Special Needs, which is specifically an education that collates yoga technique, not only physical but psychological technique, with the specific medical conditions on the spectrum. So our teachers are specifically trained for this and highly specialized. The children have been doing yoga now since November, and we now have data, actually, to compare their academic performance before and since yoga. We have data to compare their social behavior and various social skills before yoga and after, and the changes have been significant. We're talking about children who are calmer, as you said, more alert, who one of the teachers was talking about. His high school kids, he loves teaching them after yoga, because after yoga they're paying attention, they have a smile on their face. The kids love it, we love it. We hope very much that our grant applications for this year will be granted so we can continue the program in the next school year. Our third program, which is the program that we started with Goodwill back in February of 2014 and is now flourishing, is our Yoga for Veterans program. These classes are also specialized yoga. The technique is called Connected Warriors. We also have teachers who are trained in another technique called Warriors at Ease. These are techniques of yoga that have been developed specifically for veterans, and including those with PTSD, traumatic brain injury, combat stress, depression, and physical disability. And bringing yoga to this population is also a challenge for different reasons. A lot of these guys thought, you know, what is this? So I remember one of the first classes that we took, one guy came into the class and he said, I'm here for the yogurt. Got any yogurt?
That sounds like something I would say. I'm
Yeah,
here for the
that's
food.
Got any blueberry? You know. And but this is not you know, a bunch of hippies doing stuff, doing woo-woo. This is a technique that has been developed specifically to address the deep psychological issues and the concomitant physical issues that come from a combat experience and a military experience. We often say, and I think this is absolutely true, there is no such thing as an unwounded soldier. These people have come back from various theaters of war, having witnessed or experienced a level of brutality most of us cannot imagine. And whether they were physically injured directly or not, and many of them are, the trauma is something that lasts for a long time, is deep and is insidious, and has a direct effect on the physical well-being of these people. And what yoga does, unlike a Western kind of forceful, energetic exercise, is it teaches them to retrain their muscles to relax and strengthen. So we now have,
I'm like,
Even when she's talking about it, and what's wonderful about this program too, it's free.
it's absolutely free to veterans and their immediate family members. We have 4 classes a week.
and where can they find the class information?
Well, you can email me, Harriet, at gardenoftheheartyoga.com, and
Or go to the website.
go to the website www.gardenoftheheartyoga.com,
Love it.
and come to class if you're a vet or a vet family member. We love having you.
Well, we love having
Oh,
you.
gosh,
And
We're gonna go do
don't
some
think
yoga
you're
after
going away, because we're going to use you in the next 5 minutes.
Yes, we are. It's time for Fabulous Finds in 5. I wish I had like a little jingle. I'll come up
I
with
can
that.
sing a rap. Do you want me to rap it?
Fabulous Finds and yeah.
Okay,
can-
no, I'm good.
So it's one of my favorite parts of the show. Oh gosh, I'm so relaxed now though. I feel like I'm going to take a nap instead. Harriet has a way of being passionate and relaxing, which is a really cool combination. So
And fabulous finds in 4.5
fabulous finds
minutes.
in 4.5 minutes. So last week on our show, I briefly touched on our campaign, our 2015 Reinvent Yourself campaign, and I talked about how it's kind of inspired this fashion blog. And we post the link on Facebook on Fridays. So we have, we have Fashion Fridays. So the theme for June has been floral. So I'm going to show you 2 different floral outfits, and you're going to tell me which one you think cost less. Because we have the same model wearing both outfits. So tell me which outfit you think we found for less
And like
money.
you said, June is floral.
June is floral.
Can-
Veronica, the fabulous Veronica, is
I'm wearing
flowers.
my, yes.
she's wearing floral. So so what do you think? Who paid or which outfit cost less? This beautiful green ensemble or the pink outfit?
Guess the pink.
Okay.
I'm going to guess the green.
Oh, well, good.
divided
We're
house.
divided.
All
Yay.
right.
Okay, so just to break it down for you, we have a couple of these items we found in our boutique section, which you can find amazing outfits, and they're listed at discount prices, of course. So the pink sweater, for instance, was $14.99, and that is an Anne Klein sweater. Okay, we have a Tommy Hilfiger skirt for $3.99. That's the beautiful skirt. The pants on the other outfit were Talbots for $9.99, and she's also carrying a Talbots bag for $6.99. So all in all, each outfit is composed of 4 parts: a necklace, a shirt, some kind of bottoms, pants, or skirt, and a purse. We had the green outfit was, drumroll please, I like my drum roll, was less than $24 for everything, and the outfit with the pink sweater was less than $30.
Wow.
So thank you for participating.
So yes,
I was right.
no,
Bragging rights.
so thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Judy and Harriet, for joining us. Very informative. I encourage everybody to go to their websites, find out more information, and it was definitely good news. So we thank you. Thank you for giving us good news.
so much.
And we hope to see you next Sunday.